Hi friends, I'm here to share the newest Leading Ladies release. This one is for October 2018 and I love it. I think I had the most fun with it because it's two very different ladies and yet I'm already loving mixing and matching what they have going on. So I'm just going to jump in and start as usual by showing you the stamps. I'll start with the ladies. So we do have two ladies again, and the first one is going to be the Leading Ladies Bookworm Lady. If you are an avid reader like me or have friends or family that are avid readers, this is the leading lady for you. She is close friends with the Cozy Lady, but she is just knee-deep in her books. Lots of fun accessories for her. She's got this little lamp over here, a teapot and a teacup. She might also be filling it with coffee if she's me. Two books that are kind of open a little bit so they can go into her arms there. A stack of books, always a to be read pile, right? A bookmark, this little teeny tiny bookworm. I want to make sure I'm catching him. I just love that little guy, and I'll show you more of him in a minute. A library card, of course, and some fun big-rimmed glasses for her as an option. Some of the previous Leading Ladies had glasses too, so those can be mixed and matched, but just a different style. And for the sentiments, we've got things like plot twist, which is perfect when things aren't going quite as expected and we need to give a card to help soothe some of those worried hearts and minds. I have volumes of love for you, bookworm, page by page. Just a note, it also fits on her little sweatshirt there. You're a true classic. A book a day keeps reality away, which I'm a firm believer in. So lots of really awesome things going on for this bookworm lady. She has got a different position happening as well. She's sitting cross-legged, so she's kind of curled up and ready to get started on her book. So bookworm lady. And then we have the holiday shopper lady. And she's got a good sense of humor. You know, she's trying to tackle her list. She's got a lot going on, a lot of shopping to do. She's always looking for a great deal, though, in my perspective. So she's got sentiments like, let's sail through the season, it's in the bag, that's a wrap, shopping is my sport, feeling like a basket case. And then her accessories include this little Santa hat, a candy cane, a charge card, a few different kinds of wrapped gifts or presents, a little thing of tape and wrapping paper. We've got a pen down here so she can help mark up that unrolled long list that she's trying to tackle. Another little bag she could also definitely pair with so much from the shopping lady, who's definitely doing a different kind of shopping, but they can share some of their goodies. And this awesome little shopping basket down here. She's ready. She's got her sneakers on, but her hair is a little bit down and frazzled and her arms are in the air and she's just trying to get it all done. I know that she's not alone in this. So this is the holiday shopper lady. And to pair with her, but really with the bookworm lady or any of the leading lady bodies, for a little bit of fun, we have the ugly sweater accessory set. I want to tell you that I've gotten more use out of this set than I ever imagined. So one, you can make awesome ugly sweaters for these ladies to be wearing to all their Christmas parties, but these little accessories are perfect for doing so much beyond just an ugly sweater, and I'll show you what I made with those in just a second too. All of these stamp sets do have the coordinating dies available, so just a note about that, like usual. And then there are two really awesome die sets that are available this release to help create a scene. If you're like me, you're trending to kind of creating little scenes with these ladies, and I've seen some of you do amazing things with them. But to help you to do that, we've got this winter window, and I've used this on a card. Actually, I've paired it with a snowfall backdrop. And these are perfect for these ladies, but also a lot of the ladies along the way and other cards you might be making. Really versatile. I love using these. The great thing about the snowfall backdrop is just the sheer size of it, so it can go on different lengths of the card, so you're not limited by the size of the die. And it was really easy to use as well. So that, in a nutshell, is just the kind of nitty-gritty of the release. And I want to talk about some of my goals with this release and show you what I've been doing with it. When I create these ladies, I'm always trying to think of, one, what have people been requesting? Two, what do I see a need for out there? Like, what are we kind of taking the ladies that are already out there and making them do? One of those things was that even though the Cozy Lady had, you know, she's got her books, we're readers. I think we're readers. And so a Bookworm lady was definitely one that there was a lot of call for. And being a reader myself, like I mentioned before, I love anything that's going to help me illustrate how amazing it is to curl up with a good book. And I have so many friends who are big readers too, so I can imagine pulling out this set and using it over and over and over again, and using her accessories with some of the other leading ladies if one of those ladies might look or feel a little bit more like one of my friends. So I love the versatility of using them kind of across the map. And then I was wanting something to create some holiday fun that maybe wasn't just, you know, I didn't want just a holiday lady. I wanted her to be out there and in the action. And so many of us are big shoppers. I mean, we shop with Ellen Hudson, so we shop online and we shop in stores, and you know, she's real. Her hair is messy, you guys. She's running around. And so that's what kind of spurred that thought process. But let me show you what I've been making with them. Like always, I like to stamp and color and cut a whole bunch ahead of time. Here are my little accessory pieces that are left this time. I've been using them like crazy. I have so many ideas for cards to make with these sets that I couldn't even get them all done in time to shoot this video. So I'm just going to mention some of my ideas as we kind of move through. But I'll get started by showing you this card that I made with a holiday shopper lady. So she's got her list in hand. I've given her kind of a tame, ugly sweater. I don't actually think it's ugly. I would wear that sweater. But she's got her holiday hat on. She's got her pen in hand. She's ready to tackle that list. Shopping is her sport. So she's got a little sneakers on, a stack of gifts, and a little basket full of the necessities she needs to get started. So she's really ready to go. And then I used that same lady, but I mixed the holiday shopper leading lady with some of the accessories from the Bookworm lady, because I wanted a woman with, I was thinking a book in both hands, but then I ended up kind of giving her this little plot twist sentiment to the side, and I've added the little glasses to the shopper lady to make her you know, ready to read her book, and put that little page by page sentiment on there. And I actually needed this card for a friend who is experiencing her own plot twist right now. So I thought, you know, she looks a little more like the holiday shopper lady, but I want to put those books in her hand. So one other reminder that these sets are designed that you can use things across the set. So please keep that in mind when you're using them, that they're never limited to the one they come with. And so this is another card made with a holiday shopper lady, but has that kind of bookish theme. Before I go to more bookish themed ones, I wanted to show you, I did a whole blog post for the Ellen Hudson blog about these tags, and so you can see it in detail there, but I wanted to share them here too. I mentioned that one of the things I love about the ugly sweater set is that it's definitely not limited to just making ugly sweaters. They are perfect for making little pattern pieces, little pattern paper, and one of the fun ways to use that is for tags. You've got a smaller area, so you can be a little more elaborate, have a little bit more fun, because you're not trying to fill up a whole card space. And I use those tags to make like this little Rudolph one. I used the holly stamp, and I created just a full pattern. And then I used one of the Ellen Hudson dies that Julie created a year or two ago, and cut out some words and put those onto some little tags. Here is a fun pattern with that little Santa beard. Instead of keeping it white, I did it multicolored and some kind of fun Christmassy colors, which I liked how that turned out as well. Using that same joy, I cut out of this full pattern. So this time I used pretty much every stamp on this set and created this fun pattern, which now I just want sheets of paper like this, if we're being honest. And I both made a tag out of this relief where it was cut out and of that cut out word. So fun things all around. Here's one where I did some watercolor and clear embossing to create a pattern with a snowflake. So one tiny little 3x4 set made a huge pile of tags to use. So really great, getting a lot of use out of that. Moving on to what I did with the Bookworm lady, keeping it simple as always. There's no surprise to that. I mentioned before how much I love that little bookworm stamp, and can you see how adorable is that? I can't get enough of him. So he appears in a lot of my cards that I've done so far. This is just a simple one where she's holding her bookmark in her book. A book a day keeps the reality away. I give books as gifts a lot, so I think I'm going to be putting together a lot of tags and simple cards that I can include quickly with those. With this one, I built a little bit more of a scene. So I used that window die, I used the snowfall die behind it, and some of the little elements from that window scene to build up this little window. If you can, I'm not sure if it'll pick it up, but there's a little bit of clear window, like plastic glass that I've put here, and it's just a piece of packaging from a thing of stickers that I had on my desk. I just cut it out with that same window die, and I put that in there just for a little fun and dimension. Definitely don't need it, but it was a kind of neat way to use the scraps that I had around. But I've created a whole scene with her. So you're a true classic, but she's holding her cup of tea, she's got her teapot and her stack of books to read, and she is so cozy by that window that I kind of want to drop everything and go do what she's doing. But it was really great to build this little scene out of all of the pieces. And then I mentioned that I've got so many ideas to use. I was only able to get one more done before I needed to film this to share with you, but I will go ahead and tell you that one of the things I've been thinking, there's this little lamp, and here's one that I've already cut and colored out of the Bookworm Lady stamp, and what I really, really want to do is something simple where I kind of watercolor a goldeny, yellowy kind of hue of the lamp being turned on underneath it, so you can kind of see this illumination of light, and maybe put this lamp just right over top of it so it looks like it's lighting up, and just having like a really simple sentiment underneath it. Maybe not even having a lady, just something about reading and that kind of illumination from paint coming behind that little lamp. I think that would be so awesome. But what I did get to do is make a card for my niece. She is a reader and she's very artistic, and so I thought it would be really fun to use the stamps to make her a bookmark, but even more fun if she could have some way of participating in it. I've done this before with cards, with recipe cards to you, where I include a little pack of crayons or colored pencils or markers, so that's interactive as well. So what I did was I just took this card base and made this little tiny slip box on top that I could put some markers in. So just some simple markers to give her. And then I created this little bookmark. It's attached on the back very lightly with some repositionable glue or tape, the kind that you can just rub off very easily so it won't stay on or damage this bookmark. And then I have volumes of love for you. I've got my little sentiment there, of course with one of the little bookworm guys. But now this card can have a message from me on the back, but she can also remove this bookmark, color it all in, and keep it with her when she's reading and make a lot of use of it. I love cards that ask the other person to interact or give them something that they can kind of take off of it if they're not going to keep the entire card forever and ever and ever, because let's be honest, not always realistic, and put it to use in their daily life so they can always remember it. So I think a lot of bookmarks are going to come out of this set for me and be put on cards. So these are the things that I've made so far. I am planning to kind of keep creating and creating. I need to dig out all of my other leading ladies because I think they've just been waiting for some of these accessories to make a grand showing. So I'm excited for what comes next. I can't wait to see what you guys do with these sets. I think it's going to be as amazing as always. But this is the October release of the leading ladies for the Bookworm Lady and for the Holiday Shopper Lady. Thanks so much.